Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Citizen Sleeper. Last time we left off, we're waiting on a few things. So cells are apparently going to start moving the Sidereal Horizon to the hub. That's happening soon. I'm waiting to see if I got my ticket or not from the draw. That's not important. The Bantien doesn't really have anything going on. I just have the ability to cook stuff now. Nothing else going on with Sabine. They're doing fine. Infus is fine. I'm waiting on a reply from you. Okay, so yeah, we really don't have a ton of stuff to even do. Things are getting pretty low now. Let's see. So if mushroom graves. So perk predictive reasoning, forage for fungus, grove spores. How do I get those other kinds of mushrooms? Right? How do I get those? Fungus that grow deep in the groves of the strangely typically avoided, but those with sharp eyes might find sustenance. So if I forage, so it's just a plus condition or minus condition? I thought maybe that was how I got those rare other kinds of mushrooms. And the other thing I can think of is doing this. Yeah, there's loads of food here. Should leave these why should these farmers keep it to themselves? If you can do it quick, they might not even notice it's gone. Stealing. Or I can work the stacks. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could successfully steal. That just seems rude. Though. That just seems rude. I don't really need to steal. Those farmers can keep their stuff. So why don't we just do this? I guess. Spoke climber. Yeah, let's try and finish this off. Why don't we? So this one's chance of minus condition and this one's chance of minus energy. I'm pretty much the same on both of these. So yeah, there you go. Alright, we're finally finishing this stupid thing off. It's about time, right? It's been a long time coming. Okay, so I lost energy, but I gained it right back. Cool. Alright, and if I do that, we'll be good. And with this too, could I please get at least a neutral? Thank you. Cool. So that left me with starving, but we're good. We finished off the spoke climber. Midline freight hub, a cinder car, and the PAS import-export. Okay, let's look at this. So, I can insert a ship mine core. PAS says she has a contact who will take ship mines, but she reminds you, any ship mine from the eye fetches a lower price. And as a special hero buy Matsutake out to the starboard belt. Okay. And I can buy a ship mine core for 240. Okay, not anything really crazy going on there. That would have been useful earlier, possibly, but I didn't have the money for it earlier. Cinder car? Okay, go to the Eye Central Hub. So this is just a straight-up new area. Random items, steal a shipment. With so many shipments once one diverted package, you would have no idea what you're stealing, but that's part of the fun. And that just gives me cryo. Okay, but I have unlocked a new area out of this. I mean, why don't we see what the deal with that is? Let's see what happens if we ascend to the hub. Okay, 3 new areas. There's also stuff here. The cloud, a glint like a light traveling along the edges of a wave, fills your eyes. Killer. Then the blade follows. A long head with 2 dead sockets, slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it'll pass you by, hoping that it will simply not slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you, almost. It nicks you, grazes you, you're desperate to cry, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark and you are alone, again. Now you cry out. Well, that was spooky. Okay, well there's things we can hack here. Okay. So yeah, I was wondering when Killer was going to come up. So the hub. Access manifest. So Weightless Wanderer. Up here there's no gravity, so even just moving around takes a while to get used to, let alone navigating the base. So I can socialize? The hub is thronging with spacers from across the surrogate systems. They can be a prickly bunch, but they know the place well. So this one makes me lose energy, this one makes me lose cryo. And I'll get used to working in low gravity like that. Is not mostly Scout's Havenage having set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding there. Okay, so we can finish up your thing now. Yeah. Slot Navigator and the clamps lock. The ship mind is stuck. How are you going to get them out of this thing? Alright, take out Killer. You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator's beside you, their sphere casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look, a center, a point of connection. Yeah, I forgot this is where you told me I had to actually go to take care of Killer. I was too focused on all of the other quests I want to complete. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree, only the trunk remains. Is Killer even here? Killer is here. Quiet, Navigator hisses, and then you see it, like a blade in the dark, an edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out. Then it appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. It's looking for us. The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer. Yeah, there wasn't an option to not say something, so that was a little dumb of my character. And you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark. Glides past, closer now, and you see into the voids where its eyes should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then disappears. Flickers back in, further away now, and you move close to Navigator to talk. You saw it too, then. Killer's been blinded. How? Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigator's sons dull as they drop their voice to a whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent Killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn to Navigator and notice something strange. Their Oreospheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a central point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the ore together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. Get out! You go speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty sockets. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it is only a matter of time before one of the Killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator. And time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, for a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe, then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3, thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these and the mainframe collapses once and for all, severing the connection, shattering the hardware. Whatever it takes, they must be broken. They are encased in something, a glassy layer of protection. You need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear, an afterimage that slowly fades. You must act quickly. Okay, so we have a time limit on that, right? Okay, we got... Okay. Yeah, we got multiple things. Deal with Killer, enter the Greenway. God, new ones? Networks and systems of the Greenway have been cut off since the collapse, so it could be growing. Get Sabine out, get to know Infus, when it's out. Okay, so yeah, we got a few more drives to deal with here. So what is this? Okay, so I need 3 encrypted keys, which we get from here. So, any of these require a 6? You do. Cool. Bypass that. Go ahead and extract that data. Cool. That's 1. So I just need a few more. Cool. So, input encrypted key. So it said you had limited time, but it isn't actually giving me a time limit right now. So that's interesting. Alright, so there's that. And then there's this one down here. And then this is how I leave the hub. Okay. Okay, we got another objective to work towards here. So I do need to eat. So we should do that. At least this is something else for me to follow up on. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Boom. Alright, so now we just sleep. Feed my stray. I don't need to self-repair, so yep, end cycle. Oh my god. Alright, so new thing to deal with. But I should get a hopefully some good rolls here. Oh my god, too many sixes! Way too many sixes! I do not need that many sixes. Shit. That's not good. Did any of my other things finish? No, that finishes tomorrow, as well as the thing with Sabine finishing tomorrow. Okay, okay, so... Wow, I really don't need that many sixes. Maybe I should go steal the food. Because I can't... I don't think I can unlock either of these, right? Oh wait, no, this requires a 3. Okay, cool. Bypass. Good. Okay, that's something at least. I think the other one needed a 5 though, right? Or a 3. Bam, never mind, I'm good. Hell yeah, there we go. 3s are overpowered, you saw it here first. Alright, so got all the thingies I need now. Which one have I already unlocked? Okay, that one's been unlocked. I unlocked 1, so let's do this one. This is number 3. Leave. And boom. And boom. There we are. Cool. So I can now save you, friend. So if I go to the mainframe. Okay. So loop branches, engineer. So forget hacking the system. Killer has to die. If you can slice the branch connections, the mainframe will shut down, freeing navigator. With access to the branches, you could redirect them to form a loop, isolating the mainframe with Killer inside, but freeing Navigator in theory. Well, this seems like the better one. Killer is dead. That's funny. That's a reference to a game. Yeah, I mean, why not just do this? Boom. Okay, and random scrap item. Thank you. And one more 6, and we're good. Awesome. Killer is dead. Engineer coming in clutch. As you blink into the cloud, you see the last flickers of life from the mainframe. This vast machine once ran the whole station, spanned it up, directed and processed the flow of energy, water, and data, fed the lives of thousands of people. Now it is finally dead. Navigator is beside you, and you both watch as the branches flash and twist like forked lightning until they recede and fade. Killer flickers across the scene, blindly flailing as the system breaks down. They thrash as they blink in and out all around, parts of them disappearing with each return until only the blade-like head remains. And then that too is broken. It all goes dark. Erlin eye now without a center and yet is unmoved by the change. Along the rim, the master control points at Erlin, the havenage that Haifa installed, runs strong and steady, puppeteering the station from its rim. This was a long time coming, says Navigator, drifting faintly around you in a lazy orbit as if to shake off their imprisonment. Killer had been wandering blindly for so long. This place was their domain and prison, and they had followed their directives for the many decades they roamed here. They cut the threads of the mainframe, executed it to administer AIs, and then kept slicing. At some point they cut away their own ability to see, to sense, to taste, to speak. And yet they kept cutting until only those 3 threads remained from millions that once thrummed here. Only their blindness and chance kept them from making those final 3 fatal cuts. There's a ceaseless violence in the kind of system that creates beings like this, those that will execute commands endlessly even to their own destruction. It's good you ended it here. Yeah, it feels like I kind of just put Killer out of its misery. Watch the data points of the station spin around you, blending with the fixed stars. There's something satisfying about finally wrenching the last threads of control from this central point. It was little more than a ghost by the time you reached it, but this place deserves to be haunted by better ideas than a totalizing system of control. Navigator floats beside you. It is free now. The station no longer presents a hazard for illegal entities like me. They turn to you, their face a cloud of shimmering light. In fact, in time, perhaps it can be a refuge. A refuge. That sounds like something of value, something worth building. Dark shape passes across your vision, a distant curve of something like smoke or oil, a fluid, shifting tank of total darkness. The Greenway, says Navigator, following your line of sight. It was cut off at the moment of the collapse, so hunter or killer could never reach it. Now it is closed off to us, separated from the cloud. Yeah, and I had an option to go enter the Greenway, so I wonder if that's dead now? I just can't go there? Is it dead? Maybe totally dark, or perhaps some other old protocols are isolated there. Navigator turns to you. We have now seen what decades of isolation can do to a protocol. We can extract an access cipher. They pause and then blink out of existence. You freeze shocked, but a moment later they reappear with a glowing polygon of data. Here. The cipher you need. You take it, still shocked. Oh yeah, because the Greenway, yeah, that's that place we ran into, and I needed a Greenway cipher. I assumed I got that from, the, like, convent, commune thing. Haifa? I'm not used to being free, to being able to move and explore and extract without fear, without limits. Navigator does a little twirl. This will take some getting used to. Thank you for this gift. They whirl their spheres around you. The entities of this station will always be friends to you. Sleeper. And I to them. It is true that mutual need is required for friendship, but I must admit I had not considered the value of offering assistance without personal gain. I will think on that. Navigator loops around you rapidly, suddenly eager to test their newfound freedom. But first I will explore. Perhaps there are still intelligences that hid themselves as I did. Encased in simple systems cut off. Navigator glows. I should like to free them. And with that, they drift away, flickering, glowing, then shifting so rapidly you lose sight of them among the glittering rim of the eye. You feel a pang of jealousy, free without a body to weigh you down or fear to limit you. How must it feel? Your eyes fall on the Greenway and its secrets, though perhaps that can wait until after you have celebrated this victory. Cool. So I got another drive point. So I have 2, so we can get instant karma. That's just too good of an ability to not get, quite frankly. Okay, so what else can I do here? I mean, I can do this. Should I? Yeah, sure. This one gives me miner's energy. That's fine. We can do this one. I mean, I'm gonna get a positive anyway, so it doesn't matter. And we got 5 cryo out of it. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so Gimbal Lounge? Oh yeah, did I ever go here? Gimbal sells itself on its spinning sphere, which claims to produce therapeutic gravitational effects. It doesn't, but they sell food. So, how much will this give me? Is it better than mushrooms? 3 energy, so not better than mushrooms, I guess. Because they also give 3. Alright. Cool. So, now we can go over to the Greenway. And we can actually access it now, right? Greenway Gate. Yep, this is this black mass that we saw. Locked down, shrouded. What's happening here? Alright, let's see what's going on in the Greenway. Finally getting access to this. Greenway roils beneath you like a silt-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The hunter and killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleaned out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot has set in, the entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles in the one open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you are falling into the flow. River of swirling darkness, you are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway is hiding in the darkness, it is made of darkness. It is filled by this substance, this process, this swarm. Now you're among it, you notice that a swarm is exactly what it is, a billion individuals moving in a flow. There is no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure turned away. The only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. Ingrown from Administrator Gardner. They are facing away, at least you think so. They are so fractured, so overgrown that it is hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. You watch, silent, as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with twisted fingers they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. Then they move away, go a little further and repeat the process as if they were sowing a field, yeah? You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster. And they quickly fade into the storm. So there's someone here sowing seeds. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. There it is, a glassy, shifting polygon. Something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It's cold, but it thrums with energy. You look toward the path of the figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dapple light of the greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. A seed? Gardener seed. A seed, you need to find somewhere safe to plant this gift. Well, that would be my aviary, right? No? Apparently not. I need to find somewhere safe to plant this seed. Well, I don't know where that would be. I have absolutely no idea where I should safely plant this. I thought it would be my aviary, but let me make sure one more time. Yeah, it's just the spores. Okay. Well, let's cross back to the rim. Okay, don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Alright, we're gonna have 2 things complete tomorrow. I'm gonna find out if I got a ticket, and I'm going to be finishing up Sabine's thing. So that is good. We can feed the stray. Still don't know if there's any point in doing this, but I don't know. It feels important. Maybe there's an achievement associated with it or something. Alright. Oh shit, I forgot to repair myself. Damn it. Whoopsie. Wait, so I can re-roll my dice once a thing. I wonder, will that work? So if I re-roll now, will it give me... I don't know, maybe. At least I don't really need my dice that much. Alright, Sabine. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time, with no sign of them. Wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. Check and double-check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing, just the pale glow of the silence. Check the door. Pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. Go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. Close it again. Wait. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? Knock at the door. Stay still. Another knock. Stay still? Okay. Yeah. I was scared this was what was gonna happen. Damn it. A flash, small, impossibly bright, cuts through the handle of the door. It soundlessly swings open. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it is not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. Dark shape like a stubby baton hangs loosely from their hand. What is this arm? It looks like crystal? Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Nothing. She laughs. No need to get jumpy. We just need to discuss our mutual friend. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. I suppose you're here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you'd be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. Well, it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are. The help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. Suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Unit 207. Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners, she pauses. Essenarp. Oof. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabiah looks away, waiting for a response. I mean, Sabine's been helping me. They've been doing a good job helping me, so... She crosses into the next room and he follows silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like a sigil of some cult. Rabiah steps away from the terminal. Look all you want, some of your files may even be there. This is why they had like a flicker of recognition when I walked in. Yeah. Yeah, they might even know some files about me or know about me. Volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SMARP employee, why did they help you? Rabiah reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We'll of course keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines even without the doctor. Hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabiah closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabiah turns on her way out. There's no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. Slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Okay, I was waiting for when we were going to run into a Yadigan character. Well, I mean, I have a point, but nothing really to spend it on. So, I gotta wait. Yeah, constant flow of people. You'll need to wait your turn. Okay. Yep, so that's one new thing that just happened. The Yadigan Dispensary. I can acquire stabilizer for cheaper now. Not that I super care at the moment. Lemon Mina, here we go. Crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the side rail. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lim and Mina and work your way over to them. Pushing through the crowd, he silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious. Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. Robot! She calls out, reaching out to you. Hug her. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lim smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. Quite the turnout, huh? Lim glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths. Oh, jeez, sorry. The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lim's attention. He's putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. This isn't good. Lim doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. This is Aster Ingard of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard's entrance, and shouts of "Quiet!" rapidly follow. Sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sendra Celis for the work you have done on the side rail horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. You're gonna be a jackass. Cinder... I said like Sandre... Cinder... Celis? Might be Cinder. Cinder... Sindra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the Venerable Havenage Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure. One where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. Ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. Yeah, I also don't think you would actually help enforce this. You're just going to abuse the people here. You're just using them. You're all pioneers, just like the God, this speaks like a stupid corporate speech so much. I hate this shit. You're all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the side rail horizon will carry, and cryo-sleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. The mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. Their citizens will be able to create their own innovative, bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set down by Sindra Celis herself. Freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage Yards. I'm sure that's going to go exactly as planned. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lim turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. Know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celis identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. Murmur runs through the crowd. Celis identification numbers, licensed contractors. You've never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lim, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Astor starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what's happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration and everyone pushes forward. Lim? Turn to see Lim still staring forward. Mina's scared now, as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see, for the first time, Havenage security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Oh, God. Yeah, we're about to be in a riot. We're about to be in a riot. I'm scared for what would happen to Mina in this situation. I would love to go beat the shit out of some corporate idiots. Believe me. But I'm scared for how this would go for Mina. Lim, let's go. He doesn't move. I'm just... They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lim blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lim and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sounds of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd. Metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard. Yep, they're throwing out the tear gas and shit. Keep your head down and walk away. The sound of Astor reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. Yeah, I mean... not a surprise, I guess. People are confused. Of course, there's going to be riots happening. Apparently someone won because someone said that they got excited and then everybody started pushing forward. I think there was just a lot of confusion and people are angry about that because there's no way to know if they won or not. But in general, it just seems like Celis just kind of doesn't give a shit about these people. When you turn to Lim, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks and Mina's sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is unpleasant as it is familiar. Yeah, I can't say I didn't expect this to happen. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Oh, I'm glad we got out of there. Oh my god, these two are the characters I wanted to have the happiest ending possible. No. Shit. I wonder if there's a way I could have done that? I mean, it's like it said, I don't think it was going to happen either way. Maybe we can... Of course. Of course. I didn't trust them as far as I could throw the... Okay, well, that's a thing that just happened. Yay. Okay, there's stuff going on there. I mean, I don't really have much else to follow up on at this point. Mina's units. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper, gone to find work. Limb. I can pay you! Please! I will help! Oh, I want to help. Ugh. Pain. Pain, pain, pain. Alright, so... Is there anything else we can do over here, really? I want to, like, unlock new areas. This is the only place I can think of. I must need to become a Haifa member to plant this seed. Right? So... Both of these are safe, so sure. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Boom, negative outcome, but I still got Haifa member. Boom. There we are. Another negative outcome. This one is at least a 50% chance of being positive. Neutral. Alright, yeah, this might be where I need to use the seeds, so let's just work on unlocking that stuff next. Join the Haifa commune. The Haifa commune meets the needs of its members in exchange for work. Could you find a home here? Yeah, I mostly just want to see if I can use the seed there. This is one of the only other locations that I can still unlock, it seems. So... I don't think I forgot about something up here. There's a lot of stuff now. There's just, quite frankly, an absolute shit ton of stuff. Okay, well, we have some new things that are happening that we'll have to follow up on next time, because, yeah, this episode's getting a little long now, so... Alright, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Citizen Sleeper, and I'll see you next time for some more.